When a marriage ends, there's just some part of you that wants to know why. Not that it's going to make a difference, but we wonder what it is that we missed. But before 1969, one party had to assign blame for the dissolution of their marriage, alleging adultery, cruelty, or abandonment in order to get a divorce granted. I was actually starting to worry that this channel makes me look like some sort of victim, so this week, I want to talk about how I caused my divorce. There's two sides to every story. You know that part in The Dark Knight where Harvey Dent says, either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain? It's kind of like that. So what do I miss most about being married? Probably being the hero. Pulling off the impossible for everyone around me without ever really staying around to take credit.
Dad, look what he gave me.
Nice.
He's been doing this for 45 years.
Yes, 45 long years. So, we made it to the world-famous Fontaine Circle Christmas light display. Out of control. 6,000 lights. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but there's way too many for that house. But I'm glad we got to experience it in real life. For the most part, I'm still my son's hero, but I had no idea that he was about to become mine. All these late nights are starting to wear on me. I'm not as sharp as I used to be. And I don't have powers. I'm not superhuman. I'm just dead. You know, it's crazy with all this talk about my son listening to me and trusting him and him taking more responsibility. He saved my life last night. He had asked me for a hot dog, and then I was like, oh, I didn't make myself one. So I decided to just turn on some water, and I completely fell asleep. And when I woke up, I could smell burning, but there was no smoke, there was no fire. He had crawled into the bed with me, and I looked on the stove, and I saw the hot dog sitting there with no water. And I instantly knew what happened. He had turned it off. I walked back in the room and I'm like, hey, did you? He's like, what? Save your life? He did. I remember right before I got married, actually, I did something similar. I'd come in late one night and I decided to try to make an apple pie. And this is before I made my own from scratch. So it was a much less involved process. But I put this pie in the oven and I fell asleep. And I woke up to the fireman pulling me out of bed, my apartment covered in smoke. I think that was the moment when I knew that I needed somebody else in my life. And I think I was wrong. I didn't need someone in my life to make it easier or to save me from myself. I just needed to grow up. I needed to be more responsible. And I made a mistake. Like I made a mistake last night. I made a mistake with the pie. You know, I'm human. Humans do stuff like that. And in those moments, you don't make rash decisions. You don't do something drastic just because you're afraid. You assess the situation. You stay calm. And you do what my son did, which is diffuse it and then go to sleep soundly. He's better than me. And I'm trying to raise him. I'm so proud of him. I really am so proud of him. But I am a little disappointed in myself.
Great. Yeah, Batman and Robin out here.
Yep.
Human bread. Yeah, how do you If you do not have a jump pack, you need one. I'm not gonna tell you to buy mine or anything. You never know when you're gonna need it. And I think for me, once I got divorced, I started to really always be thinking about every situation as though you're by myself. Well, I don't need AAA, but maybe I do. It's just me. What if something happens? I bought this jump pack a while ago. I pretty much only ever use it to charge my phone, but every once in a while, it is a complete lifesaver. And today was that day for some lucky young lady. She kind of flagged me down, asked me to jump her car, and I'm already running late because I'm out of bread. So I had to run to the grocery store to go make my kid a lunch before school. But it worked out. Had the jump pack, jumped her car within like 35, 40 seconds. And I'm actually really proud of my son, the way he sprung into action, ran inside. I was like, hey, do you know where my jump pack is? Oh, it's in the house, Dad. You want me to go grab it? He runs in, grabs it, and like just no questions asked, trying to get him more used to being like calm and maintaining composure in any kind of stressful situation. And then just talking to him about, you know, what that young lady was feeling. Like she's probably freaking out, wondering if she's going to be late for work and in traffic and a million things swirling around in her head. And him just looking back and saying, we got this. Totally cool. Like we make the best team. And I was really looking forward to coming back and grabbing a cup of coffee. Now realizing I do not have any coffee. So let's run out, do that. And then let's try to get some work done. Today, I think I need to do a lot of like administrative stuff. I need to do some editing. I'm trying to get to the point where I can both put out more videos, put out different types of videos, like really build out this platform. 2025, I'm extremely excited to take this channel to the next level. We've pretty much already brought it back from the dead. This channel had no movement for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And then even before that, I really wasn't doing much. So it was pretty stagnant. In the last 90 days, I've grown this channel by like 30%, which is pretty impressive. You know, celebrate the small wins, like always be striving for the next thing, but definitely slow down and enjoy the progress. So thank you all for 1,500 subscribers. It has been a long road, but I will tell you, everyone preaches consistency, but I promise you, consistency only matters if you're doing the right thing. I was doing the wrong thing for a very long time and I made no progress. And in a short time, I've done very specific and intentional things, and you guys are seeing the results. You guys are part of it. So thank you for the growth. Thank you for subscribing. Let's keep this thing going.
J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the crane. Never gon' fumble it. I get the bag and I run with it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Running with the legs all around.
You guys notice I'm all about the jars. I use jars because when I was married, I used to always go to the store and then I realized I bought 4 or 5 of the things that I already have in the cabinet. Putting everything in jars where I can actually see what I have, see what's low, has completely changed my shopping experience, and I'm saving so much money on groceries. My ex-wife probably wishes I'd learned that before.
I'm beginning to dread these calls more and more. At times wondering if it might truly be easier if I was doing it completely alone.
What would you like me to do is the question. Just tell
We're
me
all
what
the
you would
main
like.
character of our own
If I bring
story,
you
but
early, tomorrow morning.
That doesn't mean we aren't also the villain in someone else's, myself included.
Howdy, it is a beautiful day. I told you guys this false fall is real. It was 66 degrees like 2 days ago, and then yesterday it was like 50, and now today it's like 50 again, and then it's supposed to get cold again this weekend. It's all over the place. Very exciting. I'm kind of loving it. I got off late last night, so my son was with his mom, and then today I'm going to pick him back up. So yeah, I'm still solo parenting. I was able to get a 1-day break, but you know, if I'm not working, my son's with me, and that's just how it's got to be.
I will be your shield in the fiercest battle. I'll defend you from
Red sauce and some Italian sausage. Kind of like we had on Thanksgiving. No zucchini, I don't have any zucchini.
I would like some pineapple, but I would like it on the side, please. Actually, no, I won't have anything. I'll just have the pasta.
I can't imagine how hard it is to be in the middle for my son, and I do my best to keep him out of it. His parents are different people, but we both love him equally, and that's all that should matter. I was supposed to protect him, but the truth is, my actions may have actually caused his pain. I had a subscriber ask me about the details of my divorce, and my first impulse was, none of your fucking business. Totally fair. I totally understand the question. And out of respect for my son, it's a topic that I'd rather not really make a video on. But what I will say is I've gone back and watched some of my old videos, and they're therapy for me, but it's just my perspective. So is it even accurate? I had a conversation recently with my co-parent, and the way my actions were described was honestly kind of disappointing. There's two sides to every story, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. So what I will say is that I filed my divorce, and at the time, it's what I felt like I had to do. I wish it was just a matter of stay together for the kids, but in that moment, I didn't feel like I had any other choice. I tried my best to keep everything between us, but once I felt like things were taken out of my hands, I forgave myself. And that was before I even filed. And I know my ex probably wouldn't agree, but she wasn't there. Like, she wasn't there living it through my eyes. She wasn't experiencing it as me. And to be fair, I wasn't experiencing it as her. But that doesn't really matter. I've been documenting since long before I was divorced, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I just feel like now I have something worth sharing. The details of my divorce don't change my level of commitment to my son, nor do they really impact my mission to shed light on fatherhood. Honestly, I'm a behind the scenes guy. I would love to just make a documentary and never have to sit in front of this light. But I just got to a certain point when I realized, like, I have to create the content that I want to see. And if that means that I have to be the one in front of the lens, so be it. God. I cannot believe that really just happened. Just remembered I have some cinnamon sticks at home, so I can just grind those up and save myself some money. My son wanted French toast for breakfast, and growing up, I did not always get what I wanted, so I did not always eat. So I
really try my hardest to make sure that if he asks for something, I get it for him. What do you want me to do?
So you know about that part.
He loves superheroes, and he's been dying to tell me his latest story. It's got me thinking about anti-heroes, like flawed characters that do good even if not for the right reason. Now, they don't always know why they aren't well received, but I think it's just a matter of perspective.
Now press space and
But then there's villains that do bad things for personal gain.
You said that in the real world, people won't just give you their attention.
Right.
They could be doing anything else but giving you their attention.
So you should do what for those? What should you do to those people?
Not pay attention to them back.
You should not pay attention to them.
Oh, I'm talking about the people who do pay attention.
Yes,
I should cherish them.
exactly.
He begins to feel fine. He's actually better than ever. So he ends up calling it off. They let him go scot-free. And then he's walking down the same alleyway where he got beat up earlier. He decides to go deal with the thugs himself. Because apparently they're still beating up the guy in the alleyway.
From yesterday.
But as he ends up wandering out of the group and accidentally falls into a vat of electrified fish, dragonfish.
Wait, did you steal the entire plot of Spider-Man? You stole Spider-Man's backstory?
No.
Field trip? Go on.
I couldn't think of anything. Can you replay that?
Oh, really? I think the joy that I found in work made it easier not to deal with some of the challenges I faced at home. I mean, it's not cheating, or maybe it is. I mean, maybe if I was less selfish, I would have rather failed at everything except my marriage. Or maybe I'm just not interested in telling the rest of the story. Either way, to someone, I'm a villain.
I drove away, knowing that I want you back someday. I'm tired of this single cab with a long bed, just a single man going nowhere, grown weary of all the sunset, all the
I don't like divorce, and I certainly don't like that I've experienced it. But I also don't like the idea of forcing someone to stay in a situation that they're no longer interested in being a part of. And if it came down to disclosing the intimate details of my decade-long marriage, I'd probably still be married today. Not to preserve the union or the sanctity of marriage. No, it would just be to protect the reputations of those involved and honestly to mitigate my financial burden. So if that means I support no-fault divorce, then so be it. I'd never argue the morality of what religion says that a marriage should be, because here in America, marriage is very much big business and the family courts play by a very different set of rules. If you don't want to get married, then don't. And if you feel like you need to get a prenup, then get one. And if you're worried about how any of this is going to affect your children, then maybe don't have them. Now, I know it's not that simple. Trust me, I've been there. That's why I know that no-fault divorce is way more complicated than we'd like it to be. So whether or not no-fault divorce goes away, it doesn't change the actual circumstances that people experience inside of a marriage. For me, I feel like I made the right decision. I'm not going to get on the internet and trash my child's mother, just like I wasn't willing to do it in court. But do what's best for you. No judgment. At the end of the Dark Knight, Commissioner Gordon sends the police after Batman because he's taken responsibility for Harvey Dent's crimes.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm Batman, just that I can take being the villain. Everything I do is for him, and telling my story would only benefit me. Some parents get to be fun. Weekends, holidays, toys, all the things the kids like, while others do homework, bedtime, and discipline. So, am I a victim? Probably not. Hero? No way. I just think I closed that chapter and moved on. I don't think there's heroes or villains in a divorce, and honestly, the only times those titles exist are in stories, and once my divorce got finalized, I lost the desire to tell this one. My name is Aaron. I make content as a recently divorced single dad and creative entrepreneur. If you want to continue on this journey with me, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.